Welcome to ancient Rome. Rome was known for its magnificent architecture, art, and culture. But what about its jobs? What kind of work did people do in ancient Rome? What kind of work would you do in ancient Rome? In this video, we will explore just that. Most people in the Roman Empire were farmers, but most people didn't own any farmland. That's kind of weird, isn't it? That's because wealthy people owned the farms while the poor worked the land to harvest the crops and raise the livestock. Popular crops were olives, grapes for wine, honey, and cereal crops. Livestock such as beef and pork were common as well. The wealthy people that owned the land usually didn't even put any work into it, and simply hired managers to oversee their land and workers. These wealthy Romans were doing pretty good for themselves, usually living in the outskirts of the city and the hills away from all the smell and dirt in nice houses. So the most popular job was farming, but that's simply because most people lived in the countryside and there wasn't much else. People that lived in urban areas and had an education could become lawyers, teachers, and engineers. Of course, they could also become a soldier and work their way up in the military. One of the most lucrative professions in ancient Rome was that of a lawyer. Lawyers were highly respected and well paid, as they provided legal advice and represented clients in court. They had to be well versed in the complex Roman legal system and have excellent communication skills. Another high-paying profession in ancient Rome was that of an architect. Architects were responsible for designing and constructing the magnificent buildings and structures that still stand today, such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon. They had to have a deep understanding of engineering, mathematics, and aesthetics. But of course, the highest-paying jobs was that of a commander. He could count on an annual salary of 1,800 sesterces, compared to 1,200 legionaries. Ancient Rome had no income tax. However, there were many other strange ways they would tax the people. Since not everyone had access to coined money, ancient households had to pay taxes in kind, and they paid different taxes throughout the year. Poll taxes required each man to deliver a cow or sheep to the authorities. Merchants transporting goods from one region to another were subject to tolls, duty fees, and other taxes. One of the other main types of taxes in ancient Rome was the sales tax. This tax was applied to goods sold in markets and was collected by the government officials. The tax rate varied depending on the type of goods being sold. So, now the video is over. Do you know what kind of job you would have in these times? Honestly, I don't think people had a lot choice back in these days. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe.